Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Shelf by Shelf. If you are new here, hello, welcome to my little challenge of this year, maybe longer, I don't know. I will leave the first video in the corner of the screen so you can watch that because this is a series. But if you don't want to watch that, I basically pick a random shelf each month from this little mug from numbers 1 to 18, and I try to read as many books as I can from that shelf. We're gonna already get into it. I'm actually not gonna put back this because I feel like I keep getting the same paper every time. So we're gonna leave this out. This is number 3 from last video. This month, I will be reading from this shelf. Please don't be number 1. Please don't be number 1, because I will cry. Oh, it is number 1. Okay, just my luck. I get number 1, which is the one I was petrified about. Anyway, so I haven't read a singular book from this shelf because I am super smart. I have to start with Brandon Sanderson, don't I? I fear that may be the answer. I have been told that I'm supposed to start with Mistborn. I've also heard that you're supposed to start with Elantris, but I'm going to start with Mistborn. I genuinely don't know how this is going to go. This is almost 700 pages. Hello? I guess it's going to be one book this episode. Okay, so there is an audiobook version of this that I have access to, so crisis may be averted. Can I use words? Yeah, I'm genuinely scared. I'm finally gonna get into this, I guess, when I have 0 time in my life. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because, like, I could read R.F. Kuang, but they're also massive. So, like, regardless of the situation, it's gonna be a massive book. So this is the first book we're picking for this episode. It might be the only one, I'm telling you now. But we'll see. Hopefully I enjoy this, or I bought 14 books for nothing. Pray for me. Hello, this is a weird, different setup, but I can't be bothered. My room is such a mess that I don't want to have to clean it to film a small clip. So we're just going to film from this angle, which shows absolutely none of the mess. And my room looks probably normal to you, but actually it is an explosion of clothes. And I'm not in the mood to clean it right now, so we're just going to leave it. Yeah. Also, if you're wondering why it's an explosion of clothes, well, throughout the week, I don't know what to wear, and I keep piling shit onto this chair that I'm sitting on. And then by the end of the week, it's a massive mountain. And it ends up on the chair like a, you know, the typical chair, right? And now to sit in the chair and do stuff on my desk, I have to throw all of the clothes onto the bed, and that's why it looks like a mess. We're gonna just ignore that. I have started the Mistborn series. It is taking me a while because I rarely have time to read, but I have gotten 128 pages into it. I finally know what I'm reading. Basically, we're following a bunch of characters, which is why it's also taking a long time for me. I need to get fully, like, into it. I hope you know what I mean. English and words in general just have not been working for me this week. The other day I tried to say kitchen and I said pool. Don't know why. But we follow a bunch of characters. We follow a guy who is a Mistborn, which is basically somebody who can control all the metals. So in this world, there are people who are magical. They're called allomancers, and they are able to control magic, control a certain type of metal. There's a bunch of different types of allomancers. There's smokers, there's... I forgot. I just know that smoker is a type of allomancer that can, like, hide you from other allomancers, I think. I don't know. I'm 120 pages into it. There's also a type of allomancer that can make your emotions, like, subdued or whatever. What was the word? I don't remember. Which is whatever. there's a bunch of different types of allomancers, moral of the story, and two of the main characters, which are Vin and Kel, I guess. I don't want to say his whole name because it's really hard. Kelsier? I don't know. They are Mistborns, which are people who can control all of the different metals. And Kel wants to start this massive heist of sorts. They want to take down the final empire, hence the name of the book. And they want to do it in a way that is kind of a big heist. They have made up a group of different allomancers and people in order to take over the empire and steal this very rare metal that the king has, or whatever his name is. So yes, it's kind of Six of Crows for adults. I am enjoying it so far. It is taking me a while, as I've said multiple times, because it is a lot of information, but also because I'm working and I get home really late and exhausted. So yeah, today is Saturday. Today and tomorrow I'm gonna try and crack out a bunch of this. I think I could do 100 pages a day. So let's say today I get to 250, and then the day after I get to 350. So basically halfway, which is miserable. Like that. I feel like I can do that. Maybe I'm over, what's the word? Like I think highly of myself, too highly of myself to think that I'm gonna accomplish this. But we'll see. I want to aim for that. Apart from reading slightly this week, I have been doing a Lego. I finally bought one of the massive Legos because all of my old Legos have been like medium sized, I guess. And I love Legos a lot, so I wanted to get a big one, and I did because I saw that they recently came out with the Beauty and the Beast castle, and if you don't know, Beauty and the Beast is my favorite Disney movie, and so obviously I had to get it. I immediately started doing it when I got it, and I finished it in like 4 days because I'm psychotic. But I'll insert some clips that I tried to film after work while doing it, so enjoy. But yeah, that is what I've been doing this week. Pretty boring, can't lie. I've just been working, reading a little bit, and doing a Lego. I fear these vlogs are boring, but it's okay, it's fine. I am reading, and that's what I like to do, and that's what this channel is about. So, I am liking this so far. I'm gonna try and read some today and tomorrow. I will try and update you. I don't know when. That is the horrific update of the moment. Hello, another weekend is upon us. I have reached page 436 of this book, and you might be really proud of me, maybe, I don't know. But I actually caved and got the audiobook because I was struggling so hard. My voice is dying. I don't know what it is about this book, but reading it physically just does not work for me at all. The audiobook though is stunning. Love the narrator, love him. He does such a good job. It makes me want to listen to it non-stop. So good, love that. So I am enjoying it, but I think that if I read this physically, I would have DNF'd it maybe. I don't know. It's just not my favorite type of writing style, maybe? I don't know. There's a lot of, like, not really unnecessary, but I guess, like, paragraphs about stuff that I don't really care about, and as an audiobook, it just goes by. So, yes, I am slowly reaching the end. Amen for that. I have, like, 200 pages? Yeah, 200 pages left of the final empire. I am liking it. but also I'm not loving it, which is kind of disappointing because I did buy 14 books from this author without knowing if I would like it or not, because I was mentally ill. I don't know. Today is the 24th or 23rd, I don't know anymore. 24th. So I still have this coming week and this weekend to read this, listen to this. However, I feel like I could do one more book. Maybe I'm being optimistic, but I feel like I could do one more, so we're gonna go to the shelf together. So obviously I'm not gonna start reading anything over here because no thank you. It's already enough dealing with Brandon Sanderson and his massive books. I think I'm just gonna try and listen to most of The Well of Ascension, which is the next book. I feel like I could get the audiobook of this one too. I think it's around 27 hours or something. And I listen to audiobooks usually at 1.5 or 1.7, sometimes 2, but mostly 1.7 times speed, so it wouldn't be exactly 27 hours, and I feel like I could do that like on the way home from work and like after work, if that makes sense. I feel like I could possibly listen to this, not read, Jesus Christ. I feel like I can finish listening to this one this weekend. I'm gonna try and read a physical book that isn't this as well. So I don't know how that's gonna go, but I think I can finish this, like 100%. Fortunately for me, this episode is not going terribly. Thank God for audiobooks is all I'm gonna say. Other than that, I didn't really go into why I'm not loving this. I don't know how to explain it. I like Vin a lot. I just don't think I'm a fan of the whole heist. I just feel like it's kind of boring, and I just compare it to Six of Crows, even though Six of Crows is YA. I kind of compare it to that and how interesting at the time I thought Six of Crows was heist-wise, that this just, it's not really a heist to me, honestly. I don't know. I really like the magic system. I like allomancy. It's interesting, even though it's very rare right now for it to actually go on, because Vin is just at balls all the time. I don't know. I feel like I can sense some plot points that are gonna happen as well. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a hater for hater's sake. But yeah, I'm not loving it. But it's good. I can see why people love the series, but I'm gonna try and get to the entire Mistborn trilogy, the first 3, Era 1, I think they're called, even though I have 14 of these books. We're gonna ignore that, because if I still don't have, like, not really an attachment, but if I still don't, like, love these, I don't know if it's worth putting a lot of time into 14 books that I'm just gonna think are okay. I don't know anything today. Today is a very I don't know day. Yes, that is reality. I'm gonna try and get to these 2 by the end of this episode so that it looks like I actually did something for once. What is happening? Yeah, that is what's going on with my life, I guess, reading-wise. Yeah, I will now go and probably, no, it's 11. Why am I saying eating lunch? I woke up way too early. I'm probably gonna have a snack now because I'm a hungry queen, so I will be eating something right now, and I'll probably listen to my audiobook while I do that, and then I will read and interchange between the audiobook and my actual other book, and hopefully finish The Final Empire this weekend, because today is Saturday. Goodbye. Hello, it is June. Happy Pride Month, everyone. So this video is over. I think last time I spoke to you, I was ranting about how I wasn't really enjoying Mistborn, which is still true. I ended up finishing this 2 days ago. I ended up giving it a 3, maybe a 3.5, I'm still not sure. I'm unfortunately part of the unpopular opinions of this series, so far at least, because I am continuing with it. I don't think, I've said this multiple times on my channel, but I don't think I'm an epic fantasy kind of person, it has been proven to be correct every single time that I read epic fantasy. I like Vin, don't care for the romance, didn't care for the ending, predicted the plot twist at the end. I don't know, and there's just a lot of words and things that I don't really care for, like to know, like all of the 300 religions that Sazed tells us about. Maybe it's a bit too much for my brain, but I thought it was not for me. I did start the audiobook for book 2. I'm like 90 pages into it. Obviously I didn't get very far into it, but you know. So technically I only read one book for this episode, even though I did finish Fairest, which was from last episode. But yeah, this is gonna stay, even though I didn't care for it for now. This is where I don't know. I think if I don't enjoy the second book, I'm not gonna finish this series. I'm just gonna give up and unhaul it. And then I'll try the first book of the Stormlight Archives, which is the stack over here. Because I do have all of the books, basically, almost all of the books by this man. I just don't have Mistborn Era 2, thank god I didn't buy that. I also don't have the more recent Stormlight Archives, nor do I have the sequels for, what is it called? Skyward? And I don't have the standalone ones, like the Tress something book, you know. I hopefully will like at least one of the books, but we will have to see. So the plan is I'm gonna finish book number 2, which I'm currently listening to. If I don't like that, I'm unhauling Mistborn. I will tell you in a other episode whenever I do make that decision, obviously. And then I'll try The Way of Kings, part 1 and part 2, I guess. I don't know. I'll try those, and then we'll make our final decision if I will continue or unhaul all 14 of them. Which will be a sad day if that happens, but whatever. So that is it for this episode. We have ended up with 190 books at this current moment. Not exactly 190, I think it's 192, but I'll leave it on the screen. It is a lot, but it's fine. It is completely fine. I finally got to this, which I'm really proud of myself for getting to it, even though I haven't read a single other book from this shelf. But at least I got to one. This was probably the more boring episodes, but whatever. Maybe next episode will be more interesting. I'm gonna film that literally right after this. So I'll see you today, but in a month. Does that make sense? I hope so. But that is everything for today, and I'll see you in my next weird video. Bye!